When should I start dating again after my toxic divorce? Stay tuned because I'm going to take you through a specific checklist of 7 emotional signs that will help you decide when it's okay to start dating after divorce. And this will help set you up for dating success when the time comes. Knowing when to start dating is a dilemma many women face, especially if there has been emotional abuse and toxicity in the marriage. For some, jumping straight in becomes an option, and for others, waiting for a prescribed amount of time can be the starting point. But this video will help you get clarity and confidence to make the best decisions for you. By the end of this video, you will have a clear understanding of the 7 signs of dating readiness. And this video will help guide you to know what is best for you before you even put just one toe into that dating pool. And before we begin, I just want to say this. Your time scale is yours. It's not the same as other women. And in some divorce support groups, many women compare themselves to what others are doing and then either judge others or judge themselves. And this is not helpful for you because there is no perfect timeline for dating after divorce. It's all about your emotional readiness, and thinking about this process gives you access to greater self-awareness. So it becomes a whole new healing process in of itself. Hello, I'm Sarah. Welcome to my channel. Keep listening till the end because by giving yourself this time and preparation, you're setting yourself up for dating confidence and success down the line. And keep a notebook at the ready. Your future self will be grateful you did this work and avoided some of the common pitfalls. So let's get into it. Sign number 1, you no longer feel desperate to be chosen. This is a big indicator. The saddest thing is a woman who has suffered an emotional reaction to being ghosted or rejected in some way, and it's a sign that they are not ready for dating. When women feel terrified of being alone, they are more likely to ignore red flags, override their discomfort, move too quickly, tolerate inconsistency, and abandon their own needs. You, on the other hand, still want love and connection, because this is the number 1 human need, by the way. But you no longer feel that your emotional survival depends upon being chosen by someone. And this is important because desperation often clouds discernment and can contribute to making errors of judgment. But emotional readiness sounds like this. I would like companionship, but I don't need to betray myself or abandon my needs to receive it. And that is a very different energy. It also helps you become rejection proof. You will not be emotionally derailed by the inevitable match disappointments. Rather, you will see them simply as part of the filtering out process. And I'll talk more about this in my next video, so stay tuned. So sign number 2, you are more connected to yourself again. After divorce, many women lose touch with themselves emotionally, especially if they spent years people pleasing, walking on eggshells, over-functioning, emotionally caretaking others, or surviving emotionally difficult relationships. But healing often involves reconnecting to your feelings, your needs, your intuition, your preferences and boundaries, your identity. So here's a video I've produced about that. And when you begin feeling more emotionally connected to yourself again, dating just becomes safer. And this is because you are more able to notice what feels right, what feels wrong, what drains you, what supports you, and when you are abandoning yourself. So sign number 3, you can enjoy your life without a relationship. This is a very important one. Readiness for dating often includes the ability to experience moments of peace, fulfillment, enjoyment, meaning, or emotional stability without actually needing a relationship to rescue you emotionally. That does not mean that you never feel lonely, and of course loneliness can still exist, but there is a difference between loneliness and being alone. Being alone because you enjoy your own company. There's no sense of panic, desperation, or neediness. And that changes the quality of your dating experience enormously. Because now dating becomes a choice, an exploration, a friendly connection experience. It's definitely not about emotional survival, validation seeking, or fear-driven attachment. Sign 4, you are becoming more aware of relationship patterns. And healing after divorce involves reflecting honestly and doing the inner work required on all of the following. Check out other videos on my channel to help you with this. So past patterns, emotional blind spots, attachment dynamics, people pleasing, emotional overgiving, rescuing, tolerating inconsistency, or confusing chemistry with emotional safety. And self-awareness matters, not to blame yourself, but to bring in self-compassion and help protect yourself moving forward. It's about creating those new emotional boundaries. What do you now say no to that you used to say yes to over and over again? Because emotional readiness includes greater discernment, being aware of your emotional boundaries and how they feel in your body. With your increased awareness, you will begin noticing who feels emotionally safe, who feels emotionally draining, who creates confusion, who respects boundaries, who feels consistent, and who activates anxiety. That awareness is incredibly valuable in dating. You are increasing your intuition and knowingness and able to trust yourself more and more and know what your personal safety guardrails are. Sign 5. You feel less emotionally consumed by your ex. This doesn't mean that you never think about them or that all the grief has disappeared. You are still on that healing journey, but with your increased awareness and wisdom, you have created more emotional space. The following applies to you. So there's less obsession, less emotional reactivity, less need for closure, revenge, validation, or emotional chasing. And the vigilance for these aspects has just dissolved. And that matters because unresolved emotional attachment can make new dating experiences very confusing. Even more worryingly, you can begin to attract similar characters and repeat those old toxic patterns. The healing experience of preparing to date often creates greater sense of internal and emotional steadiness and a sense of optimism and self-validation. You begin looking forward in your life emotionally instead of looking back and feeling the disappointments and regrets. This is a healing milestone for sure. Sign 6. You are learning to trust yourself again. Many women lose trust in themselves after divorce, especially after betrayal, manipulation, gaslighting, emotional inconsistency, or just years of self-doubt and disappointment. But healing often includes slowly rebuilding self-trust. You have developed a tuning in process and pay attention to your little survival self, when she wants to activate your survival mode. You begin listening to your instincts more, honouring your limits and slowing down when something feels wrong. Paying attention to emotional discomfort, protecting your peace and becoming less willing to override yourself for connection. And this is one of the most important forms of readiness, because healthy dating requires self-trust, and this is actively developed over time when we are focused on healing following the toxic divorce. So the final sign. So dating feels more like curiosity than pressure. And this final sign is often really subtle, but it's powerful. You begin approaching dating with much more openness and curiosity, rather than fear, panic, dread or confusion, urgency or emotional desperation. And it's much more about observing, learning, noticing, pacing yourself and allowing connection to unfold gradually. That creates a much healthier foundation for relationships, and it helps to take the pressure off. Many people make the dating game very, very high stakes. Every match could be the one. Every rejection feels deep. But treating it like a friendly social activity reduces the stakes. Just to connect with other people and create a mutual fun connection, especially after emotionally difficult experiences in the past. And I think one of the kindest and most compassionate things we can do is to remember that we can just take our time. You deserve to be loved, but it shouldn't cost you your emotional peace, especially not after toxic relationships and divorce. You can take your time. You can move slowly. You can change your mind. You can pause the dating altogether. You can protect your nervous system and prioritise emotional safety. Dating after divorce is a healing process. It's not a rush. And dating readiness and confidence is not about perfection. It's about becoming more connected to yourself. If you recognised yourself in some of these signs, I hope this video has reassured you that healing and dating readiness can grow gradually over time. Here's a quick breakdown of the 7 signs. And if you don't feel fully ready yet, that's okay too. You create your own timeline. The most important relationship you rebuild first is the relationship with yourself. To support you further on your journey in living a joyful life, here's another training that you might also be interested in. I'll see you in the next video.